What is up, guys, and welcome back to another vlog. I hope everyone had a safe and healthy and happy holiday with their friends and family. I know I did, and just got back to San Diego last night. I'm so excited to get back to the shop because today we're gonna be making a ton of progress on the E36 M3. If you wanna see more of the E93 M3 on this channel, what I want you guys to do is drop a line in the comments below. That way it'll let me know if you wanna see more of that thing. All right, so guys, this is where we're at right now, just getting back into the shop right now. First thing we're going to do is drain the coolant from the block. Apparently there's still about half the coolant is still in there. And obviously the transmission is still on the ground with the stock OEM clutch and flywheel. I have to go ahead and pick up the rear main seal today, and then I can install the Clutchmaster's clutch and flywheel right there. So I got one addition to the team today who's gonna be helping me. His name is Quinn. I'm gonna put his YouTube channel link right below. He's got a ton of awesome E36 write-ups and tutorials. I'll go ahead and show you his car right now. There it is. So this is Quinn's four-door E36 M3. Got the oil cooler out front. Oh, the high-rise wing though. Everyone keeps telling me to get that wing. Auto tragic.
Brutal, man.
Whoa, we're totally missed. Oh, keep going, keep going. Hey, there we go. It's just a good splash.
Hey, you getting food? Nah,
I got you. Well, just a good tinkle right there. All right, coolant is out. Quinn just got the clutch fan off. Now we're getting the motor to top dead center. And then we put the cam locks on.
Yes, sir.
That's what we're doing. Cool. All right, while the transmission is out, I'm also going to replace this little bushing here with this one. So this is the brand new one. We'll go ahead and get this spring clip, retainer clip off of here. Maybe just a flathead screwdriver. Oh. What is that? All right, so there's obviously a lot of grease on there. Let me wipe all this off. This thing is really corroded, actually. I'm gonna have to take a wire wheel to that. And then if you look inside here, the foam is actually, there's a piece of foam in there. Let's let that focus. So you can see this is the OEM piece, this is the new one, and that piece of foam degrades. This one's completely gone, and that will reduce some of the slop. So what I need to do is take a little wire wheel to that, clean that up. Went ahead with a little sandpaper, clean this thing up, and now it's time to pop on this new piece here. I don't even know what you call this, but let me go get the new pin as well. So. That is so much better. There is like no play in this at all anymore. Sweet. So you got this little Allen key here.
Nice and loose.
Vanos coming out.
Yep.
These are the two cam locks here. Put the motor to top dead center, and therefore everything is now locked.
Basically prevents the motor from spinning when I start like undoing these. Like that, loosening these will want to spin the cam, you know, which will spin the whole motor. So it just basically holds it all in place. I
decided to kind of look into the oil feed and return stuff that I need so I can make sure I have all the fittings. So I actually ended up picking this up about a week ago from Rally Road, and this fitting here replaces the stock fitting here on the Vanos. A little hard to see that banjo bolt. And what this does is this has the attachment so I can run the oil feed line from the turbo. So let me go ahead and test fit this, and we'll see if everything works. Perfect, so everything threads in. Obviously I'm not going to tighten anything down, but that's good to know. The oil feed line is now taken care of. So Quinn did all of the hard work, and now it is time to start cracking off the head bolt. So with all right, all the head studs are now loose except for the two back here, so we're gonna take off this little cam lock device and then remove the rest of them, and then we'll be popping this thing off, right? So right now we are looking at the underside of the head, just kind of taking a look. What's weird is the head gasket, the original head gasket, is totally just coming apart in multiple pieces. So it's a little bit hard to see, but I don't see any damage or anything that looks completely out of the ordinary besides that. The valves look actually reasonably clean, not too terrible. And then it does look like the head was semi-recently machined as well. This is pretty nice. So I'm gonna grab a razor blade and we're gonna remove all this junk here, get some brake cleaner, clean everything really good, and then we'll inspect it once again. So I just got back into the warehouse and I realized I had a special package here. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up. I think I know what this is. Let's see. And they always toss in some air fresheners too. So this is from Mark at DW. Hooked me up with some awesome stuff here. So let me open up this package. Oh man, we got lots of decals, some DW decals. You can never have enough of those. All right. Oh, even more. We got some big ones too for the car. Oops, upside down. All right. So what we got here, fuel pressure regulator. This is the DW300 fuel pump, so that'll be plenty. These are the 60-pound injectors. These are perfect. And these are the little injector clips to convert the electrical harness. So I'm super excited to be reinstalling all this stuff, getting rid of the OEM stuff. I mean, this thing is sick. All right, so just one more package to open up here. This one's from Nick Caramico. Let me open up this. I don't know if I'm saying your name right either, Nick, but let me open up this letter. All right, Nick, thank you so much for this note. I'm not gonna read it out loud, but there's one thing that you asked me to do at the end, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let's open this up.
Are you on right now?
Hey, Teach, I wanted to give you this. I heard you missed out on getting a real car.
A 5.0.
There you go. What do you have to say about that? Why didn't you buy a 5.0?
Because it's gonna trigger a lot of people. It's kind of boring.
Alright, taking a little break here. I'm taking Quinn out. We're gonna go pick up all the parts from SSF that we just ordered and stopping by Harbor Freight because we gotta pick up some miscellaneous.
Oh, you almost said shit!
I know. Alright, and we're gonna stop by Harbor Freight because we gotta pick up a couple miscellaneous things like razor blades and gloves and stuff like that. So let's hop in the little M Thrizzle over here. All right, so now that this cylinder head is off, we're gonna take probably the next hour or so cleaning off all this remnant head gasket material You can see here we need to basically prep this surface, try to get it as clean as possible, and I think we're also going to use either a Scotch-Brite or maybe even some light sandpaper just so this is nice and clean, because all of that junk will prevent us from having a really good clean surface. All right, so we spent the past 20-30 minutes cleaning up the top of the block here, and it's looking a lot better. We really want to make sure this is a nice mating surface, and what we realized is probably the best way to handle this is to go send this to a machine shop, and they're gonna deck this probably, what, 1 to 3 thousandths of an inch, get this surface perfectly smooth. You know, that's the most important thing here, is making sure that the head plus the engine plus the head gasket is perfectly smooth and flat, so we have a good mating surface and we don't have any oil leaks or coolant leaks. So I'm gonna help Quinn. We're gonna disassemble this, take the cams off, flip it over, take the cams off, and then we'll bring this to the machine shop today. All right. So one other thing I forgot to mention, these are the OEM head studs, and I want to make sure you guys know never to reuse these. So you cannot reuse the OEM head studs. They do stretch, and I definitely recommend using ARP. Seems to be pretty much the industry standard. So go ahead and toss these in the trash as well. Time for ARP. So this is the current status of the block. You can see it's pretty clean. Just a little bit of remnants in here, but there's really no height or depth to it by any means. So I'm pretty happy with how this came out. I might go over this one more time with the 1200 grit sandpaper or something like that. This is the head totally disassembled, and Quinn's actually gonna take this to a machine shop. We're going to just skim this surface here, take off anywhere from 1/1000th to maybe 3/1000th of an inch. Really get the surface nice and fresh, as I mentioned just a minute ago. And then tomorrow we'll be back with that. We'll install the new head gasket with the ARP head studs, get everything re-timed, re-aligned, and at the same time I'm also going to be finishing up the Clutch Masters clutch, flywheel, and the new rear main seal kit too. Just got the cylinder head mounted up in Quinn's car, and he's gonna take it away. I think, is that it for the rest of the day today?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
We got a lot accomplished today. Thank you.
Good.
Cheers, dude.
Good.
So we have all the head parts here. We have the 2 camshafts there. Here's the Vanos unit, thermostat housing, just various parts of everything, clutch fan, and then this is the box with all the turbo stuff because I'm getting everything ready for the oil feed and the oil drain stuff. So I want to get everything all squared away so that when we put the head back in tomorrow, we're actually going to install the turbo manifold with the turbo and the new gaskets onto the head and then put it onto the engine here. That'll make it a lot easier to install. So I decided to get very ambitious today. I'm going to drain the oil here and start the rear main seal process. So we are back under the car and taking a look at the back of the crankshaft here, and this is the rear main seal. So I'm going to take off these 10mm bolts here, and it looks like a 12 or 13. We're going to pop this off. Let me go ahead and I'll show you what the OEM replacement stuff looks like. Rear main seal is out. Oh, the doctor's in. Okay, so here are the 2 rear main seals side by side. This one on the left here is obviously the one that was in there. It looks to be in okay shape, honestly, but the gasket is kind of strange. It's very hard to see on camera. But looks like it's a piece of metal and it's coated, and definitely is like delaminating or something like that. Get out of here. So this is the new one we're gonna be putting in right here. Fresh OEM hardware. Everything should be very straightforward to get back in. All right, got the rear main seal on and everything looks flush. So I'm just gonna go ahead and insert the bolts, tighten these down real quick. I think that just about does it for the rear main seal. Everything is looking good. Everything is looking all tight, and we're ready for the transmission, so that's pretty awesome. All right, so guys, I think that's where I'm gonna wrap it up for today. So tomorrow's activities include reinstalling the transmission, shifter linkage, drive shaft, all that stuff, as well as waiting for Quinn with the cylinder head. So once the cylinder head is back, we're gonna be installing the exhaust manifold with the turbo and the oil feed and drain line. So there is so much work to do. I'm excited. So if you guys are interested, please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one.